So do you also use Instamojo to sell your products online? And do you also use Zoho CRM to add the details of your customers? Then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to create Zoho CRM contact on Instamojo payment. So over here I'm running a Edutech company and we use Instamojo to sell our courses online. So now what I want is that as soon as someone purchases my course with the help of Instamojo, automatically that customer details should be created as a new contact in my Zoho CRM account. That too without any manual efforts. So to do this, we are going to create a connection between Instamojo and Zoho CRM. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So do you also want to create this automation for your business? Then for that, you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this tutorial, I'll show you how to streamline your operations by automating the creation of Zoho CRM contacts for every payment you receive on Instamojo. So if you have been manually entering customer data after every transaction, this process can save you a significant time and effort. So by setting up this automation, you will ensure that every Instamojo payment triggers the creation of contact in Zoho CRM, helping you to maintain an accurate customer database without any extra work. This means better organization, quicker follow-ups, and more efficient workflows. So let's get started and see how easy it is to implement. Alright, so to do this, I've simply opened the landing page of Pabbly by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy, and as soon as we are going to open the landing page of Pabbly, we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I'm an existing user, so I'm just going to click on this sign in, and as soon as we're going to click on this sign in, it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications, which is Instamojo and Zoho CRM, right? So I'm just going to click on this access now right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And as soon as we're going to click on this access now, it is opening my dashboard. And to start with this automation, we are going to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as how to create Zoho CRM contact on Instamojo payment, Instamojo to Zoho CRM. And then we are just going to click on this create, and as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action on this. So trigger and action are the two main principles on which our workflow will work. Alright, trigger means when this happens and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger. So therefore we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. Alright, so to start with our automation, we have to select our trigger application. So what I want is, I want to create a Zoho CRM contact on Instamojo payment, right? So for my trigger application, I'm just going to select it as Instamojo. So I'm just going to search for Instamojo right over here. And as you can see, Instamojo V1 and V2. So over here we have to select V2. So I'm just going to select it. And now it is asking me for the trigger event. So basically, trigger event is the event on which the workflow will start. So here what I want is that as soon as a new sale is made, my workflow should be triggered or started. So we are just going to select the same as our triggered event. And now it has given me a webhook URL. So we are just going to use this same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Instamojo account and our Pabbly Connects workflow. So what we have to do is, first I'm just going to copy this webhook URL and then we have to follow this help text. Alright, so it is saying log into your Instamojo account, click on the product for which you wish to set the webhook. webbook. Navigate to the advanced settings where you will find the section of entering the webbook URL. Alright, we are going to follow the same. I'm just going to open my Instamojo account, and now from the left side of the bar we have to go towards the smart pages, and over here you can see all the products which I'm offering. But I want to create this automation only for a single product, which is this core PHP programming. So I'm just going to go towards the three dots of this product, and then we have to go towards the edit page. And after coming over here towards the edit page, we have to go towards the page settings from the left side of the bar, and then towards the webbook. And as soon as we are going to come over here towards the webbook, yes, you can see that over here this button is switched off. So first we have to switch it on right from here, and now it is asking me to enter the webbook URL. So we are just going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow, and now it is saying information to be sent. So over here for the information to be sent, I'm just going to select it as successful payments, because what I want is I want to trigger the workflow only on successful payments. So I'm just going to select the same right over here, which is successful payments, and then we have to just click on this save and update. And yes, once again, yes, save and update. And as soon as we're going to do so, yes, you can see edited successfully. So with this, we have successfully created a connection between our Instamojo account and our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now as you can notice that it is saying waiting for a webbook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission / record. So in order to capture this webbook response, we have to do a test submission or record. So what we have to do is I'm just going to open my Instamojo account, and we're going to go towards the page which we connected right now, which is core PHP programming. Over here you are going to find the URL of this page. So I'm just going to copy this URL and open this in a new tab. So this is the URL my customer is going to see. Alright, so I'm just going to click on this enroll now, and as you can see that I'm just going to purchase this course as test user. Alright, so let's say that for the first name I'm just going to keep it as test, last name as user. You can see the email ID. We're going to move on forward, enter the mobile number, and then we have to click on this add delivery information. So for the address, I'm just going to keep it as New Street. You can see the city, the pin code, and the state. Now it is saying use GST number for this payment, so I'm just going to switch it off and click on this proceed to pay button. And as soon as we're going to do so, it is asking me for the payment method. So I'm just going to select the payment method as cards right over here. We're going to enter our card details, and then we have to click on this continue to pay. And as soon as we're going to click on this continue to pay, it is going to ask me to enter the OTP. Alright, so I'm just going to enter the OTP right over here. So yes, I'm just going to enter the OTP right over here which I have received to complete this payment. Alright, so yes, you can see that we have successfully entered this OTP, and now I'm just going to click on this verify. We're going to wait for a few seconds till our payment gets confirmed, and yes, you can see thank you, your payment is successful. Yes, you can see that we have successfully placed the order, and we have purchased this course which is core PHP programming as test user. So now what has happened is that Instamojo has sent the details of a test submission to our workflow. So I'm just going to open my workflow, and yes, you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see all the same details which we entered. You can notice that this is the address which we entered. You can see the buyer's phone number, the name, and the email which we entered. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new sale is made on my Instamojo account, automatically Pabbly is going to trigger the workflow, capture the response for the same. Okay, so further what I want is I want to create a Zoho CRM contact on Instamojo payment, right? So for my action application, we are just going to select it as Zoho CRM. So I'm just going to search for Zoho CRM right over here, and as you can see the same, so we have to select it. And now it is asking me for the action event. So here for the action event, I want to create a contact, so I'm just going to select the same as my action event, which is create contact. And then we have to click on this connect right over here, and as soon as we're going to click on this connect, it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Zoho CRM account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can click on the select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection, and then you have to click on this blue button which says connect with Zoho CRM. And now it is asking me for the domain. So it is saying enter the domain your Zoho account belongs to from the below. Example zoho.in. So over here to get our domain, what we have to do is we just have to open our Zoho CRM account. And as soon as you're going to open the Zoho CRM account, in the URL you have to find that after crm.zoho.in. So over here you can see that this zoho.in is my domain, which is before /CRM, alright. So here you have to find your domain just from your URL like I did, alright. So my domain is zoho.in, so I'm just going to enter the same right over here, which is zoho.in. Your domain can be anything: zoho.com, zoho.com.au, zoho.eu, zoho.in, zoho.com.cn, alright. So you have to enter your domain right over here, and then we have to click on this save. And as soon as we're going to click on this save right over here, you can see that Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So what we have to do is we just have to click on this accept right over here and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. And as soon as we're going to click on this accept, yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our Zoho CRM account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me for the lead source. So here I'm just going to select it as online stored. Alright, we are going to move on forward. Now it is asking me for the first name, the last name, the email, the title, department, and many other details in order to create a contact. So what I want is I'm just going to create the contact with the same details we received in the Instamojo response, right? Like over here you can see all the details received, the name, the phone, email. So I'm just going to enter all of these details in my action step in order to create a contact with these same details. But we are not going to enter the details manually or by copy pasting it, but instead we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as soon as we're going to map these details, automatically these details will turn dynamic. So let me explain you mapping with a really simple example. That it is asking me for the first name, right? So let's say that I'm just going to enter the first name right over here manually like this. Then this will not change with every new response received because this is a static information and I have entered it manually. But let's say that we're going to map this name from the previous response. So I'm just going to look for name in the previous response, and as you can see the buyer's name. So let's say that we're going to map this from the previous response, then this will definitely change because my previous response will also change, right? So that's why we do mapping right over here to run our workflow in real time. But as you may notice that it asked me for the first name, and over here I've mapped the full name because I've received the response of the full name only, right? So what we have to do is we just have to split this full name into first name and last name, and then we have to map it right over here. So how are we going to split it? For that we have to add another action step between Instamojo and Zoho CRM. And now for the action application, we have to select it as text formatter by Pabbly. So it is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the text. And now for the action event, we have to select it as split text and click on this connect. And now it is asking me for the text to split. So over here we are going to map the full name because this is the name we want to split into first name and last name. And now it is asking me for the separator. So it is saying enter the characters or word separators to split the text. For space as separator, use space, which is this, alright. So I want my separator to be space, so I'm just going to copy it from below and paste it right over here. And now it is asking me for the segment indexed. For that, I'm just going to keep it as all and click on this save and send test request. Yes, you can see test and user have been splitted into first name and last name, right? So we're just going to map the result of our text formatter by Pabbly in our Zoho CRM step. So for the first name, I'm just going to map this test from the response of a text formatter by Pabbly. And then for the last name, we're just going to map user. Now it is asking for the email. So I'm just going to look for email in the previous response. And as you can see the emails, we're going to map it. We're going to move on forward. It is asking for many another details. So as you can see, all of these details are not the required details. So I'm just going to leave all of these blank and click on this save and send test request. If you wish, you can definitely fill out the rest of the details too. But I'm just going to only fill out the required details, and then we are just going to click on this save and send test request. And as soon as we are going to click on the save and send test request, yes, you can see success. This says that we have successfully created a new contact in our Zoho CRM account with the same details received from our Instamojo sale. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to open my Zoho CRM account and check for the new contact created. Alright, so as you can see that I'm on the contacts page of my Zoho CRM account. So I'm just going to refresh this contacts page and check for the new contact created over here. And yes, you can see a new contact has been created. You can see the contact name, which is test user, and also you can see the email, which is test user 5566@pabblytudes.com. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow, and now what will happen is that as soon as a new sale is made on my Instamojo account, automatically Pabbly is going to create a new contact in my Zoho CRM account. That too without any manual efforts. This workflow is going to run in backend and we can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.